Okay, here we are on the grounds of the first Manassas battlefield. We are right near the stone bridge. This is indeed the first installment of At Manassas with Mark. We're doing a 360-degree view here, and then we're going to stop and start telling our brief little story. Okay, so walking up this way, we see the parking lot. This is the grounds where the battle actually did start. Now, we're looking in the direction of Centerville. That is where the Union Army was headquartered at this time. And General McDowell sent two of his divisions on a large flanking march that went way out that way several miles up. But what he aimed for at this bridge, this area, was General Tyler. We sent General Tyler, and he got here at about 6 o'clock in the morning after some problems. You see, General Tyler took a while going down the road. And then the other two divisions that were going on that big, long flank march actually found that it wasn't so much of a road as a pathway, sometimes no more than a cart, 4 or 5 feet wide. And then you say, well, they had to go through this deep, dense type of undergrowth, which would have slowed the progress. So they didn't actually get up to the Sudley Ford until 9:30 in the morning. So they started firing their cannons in this direction at about 6 o'clock in the morning. Now we're going to make our next stop up at where they were firing at to distract the Confederates. You see, this was just a distraction, a feint. And it wasn't intended to be the main attack. The main attack was going to come from the rear and the flank, the side of the Confederates, way up in that direction, several miles away. So what we're going towards now is the actual stone bridge, the famous stone bridge. The current one was rebuilt in 1884. But what happened was you had about 8,000 Union soldiers coming in this direction on this feint, this false attack to trick the Confederates and hold them in place so the other guys could get way up behind them. And what ended up happening was the 1,100 Confederate troops under General Evans that were on the ridge up in this direction, we're going to go there next, they actually were obviously greatly outnumbered. But he got the idea because the Union troops weren't pushing their attack home very hard, that it wasn't a real attack. And then he got a message, and we're going to talk about that message when we get up to where he was. But what I'd like to do is show you some views of the stone bridge and Bull Run Creek itself. So we're going to walk towards a crossing, hope that I don't fall down, so we can get a view of the creek itself and then the bridge. So there you see the water down there. That is indeed Bull Run Creek. Not that deep, but wide enough to stop things. And over in this direction, you see the Bull Run Bridge, the stone bridge. On the other side of it is the modern day bridge, but that is the actual stone bridge. Now we'll go back up. Now, one interesting story about General Nathan Shanks Evans is that he had an orderly, an assistant, who was detailed to carry around something that he felt he needed. It was a keg of whiskey. Apparently, General Shanks liked to drink his liquor. And so, that was one of the things that he had with him. Had kind of a bad reputation for that. But that was one of the things that General Shanks had with him. So, again, we're moving towards the actual stone bridge, and we're going to get a view of it close up before we reconvene up at the other spot where General Shanks actually had his troops. So, you see the main highway there, cars going by. And now you're looking at the actual bridge. We're walking onto the bridge. This was blown up by the Confederates when they left this area in March of 1862, the original bridge that was built back earlier in the 1800s. But what you're looking at now, I know it's kind of going kind of fast, but you're looking at the stone bridge as it exists today. So I'll stop for a second, give you a calmer view, and we'll walk over to the edge so you can see the creek from the edge of the bridge. There's my shadow. And there is indeed the river, creek, whatever you want to call it, from the bridge. So we're going to walk way up there down this pathway and reconvene at stop number 2 of At Manassas with Mark.